From the
So,
page of Cage.
you see how easy it is if you use teamwork properly to get to another special tool. All you need...
Impressive.
Hello guys, and welcome to another MK Mobile video. Guys, today we'll be talking about how to perform well in the game, what is the ultimate talent setup for beginners, and how to translate this talent setup into game. What I'm going to do is first I'm going to walk you to the talent set so that I'll explain to you why you have to select those talents in order to be great, and then I'm going to play faction wars using 3 team archetypes so that you can see how those talents actually work in a live battle. And of course, this day we are going to be talking about talents which revolve around special 2. We're going to start with attack. For the first column, guys, you shouldn't invest any points there because those 3 talents, Mantis stance, Lion stance and Tiger stance, not really the best. However, on the second column you have to invest all points in precision. This is a really nice talent. It helps you deal more damage and it helps you generate more power. On the third column, because once again we are doing talents that focus on special 2, you have to make sure that you max Thunderous Blows. It is a must. The next 2 columns you have to skip them because they are not really great, and the same applies to the last but one. However, in the last column you need to make sure that you max Edenius Champion. It is a great talent. It is true that it gives you just 10% chance to get special 2 for free, but trust me, this one can definitely turn the tides of a battle. It is really great when it works, so you definitely need it. In the defense section, guys, you have to max Bear Stance. It is a must. Defender Bulwark, just select 1 point there. You don't need any more because you see 1 point invested gives you 55% chance to reflect 50% damage, and if you invest another point it just improves the chance by 5%, so it is not that worth it. Centaurian Defense, pretty nice, just 4%, but still when it works it is just amazing. You can reflect the damage from an enemy's X-ray so that in the end you take 0 damage and the enemy almost commits suicide. It's really great. The next column, OAI 8 tech, just 1 point there. You don't need anything more. The same applies to Red Dragon Training, and you have to max out Revenant. It is very important. Basically this talent helps you dodge death, and you have chance to do it once on each character. And of course, the more mini hits the enemy special attack has, the better that chance is. And I will advise you not to max the Bone Shield. You don't really need a Bone Shield once you have Revenant. And we go to support, guys. In support, all you have to do is you have to make sure that you max Teamwork. Guys, Teamwork is the best talent in the game by far. Basically what it does is that every time when you use special attack on your currently tagged character, the part of the power wasted is distributed to the tagged out character. So in a way, if you're using X-Ray, that almost guarantees that you are giving 1 bar of power to the characters that are tagged out, and that's huge. Sometimes you want to use special attack only to fill the power bar of one of your characters that are tagged out. For example, you want them to get to X-Ray so that you can use that X-Ray to assassin Jade. So Teamwork, absolute must. You have to max those 2. And there's another talent, Weak Point Attacks, that I'm not maxing out because for this current talent setup you don't need it. There aren't that many special 2s that have snare or let's say power drain in this current case. So Weak Point Attacks, it's a great talent, but not for this talent setup. So what we have to do next, guys, is I have to walk you through to the 3 teams archetype. We already established the talent setup. Now I'm going to walk you through the 3 different archetypes of teams that you can build using this talent setup. The first one is of course characters that have great synergy, and you always need to make sure that in your team there is a character that gives 1 bar of power. I mean, you can go without it, but this character, in our case Balance Kenshi, will absolutely elevate your game to the unknown heights. It will be really good to have him. If you don't have him, it will be still possible to win, but not that easy. So the first archetype, 3 characters with synergy and a character that has a passive that gives additional power bar. That can be Balance Kenshi, or that can be Morpho Kitana, and so on and so on. Team number 2, the next archetype. This is a team that is consisted of 3 strangers. However, what do they have in common, guys? They do have one thing, that's very important thing in common, and it is that they have unblockable special 2. That's really important. All you have to do in this team is make sure that you keep spamming special 2 and you keep teamwork working. For this team, you don't need power reduction of special 2 because you have teamwork and because all of your characters have special 2 unblockable. But we are going to get to this team in addition in further details once we get to its gameplay. And the third archetype is a team that is consisted of one core character that is dual class. In our case, this is Treacherous Tanya, and 2 characters that give this character 1 bar of power each, so that in our case, Treacherous Tanya can start with an X-ray as long as you give her Rat Hammer or any other item that gives 1 bar of power. And because this video is focused on beginners, I know that Rat Hammer is not really that difficult to obtain, it is difficult to max out, but definitely even Rat Hammer at Fusion 0 will do the job. And without any further ado, let us start gearing the characters. Now, in the beginning, guys, probably you think that the Blazes Life Force is the best item for starters. You know, quite honestly, I don't like this item. Granted, it is good for starters, but everything Blazes Life Force does, the Devastator does it better. And this leads me to the other topic I want to discuss quickly. Who is the character that you have to pick as your starter? So, several things have to be met, or if either one of them is met, then you can consider this guy as a starter. First of all, he needs to have good special 1. And by good special 1, I mean most of the time special 1 that deals good damage and it has good debuff or buff. In our case, we have Kenshi, who has special 1 that has power drain, which is incredibly good. And the reason why the character needs to have good special 1 is because you will always give him the Devastator. The Devastator, unlike Blazes Life Force, is useful throughout the entire length of the game. So this is the main reason why I don't like Blazes Life Force. Second, the character should have some kind of a passive that is useful in the beginning. For example, of course, point in question should be Dark Ample Lucane or Circle of Shadow Lucane. He is probably the most common starter in the game. Third, because a lot of guys are using Blazes Life Force and the Devastator, it is good for your starter to be immune to power drain or damage overtime effects. For example, classic Lucane. And of course, the last but not least, if you have 3 characters and none of them matches the above, you have to select a starter, right? In those cases, I pick the most expendable one, so the character that even if I lose, I really don't care that much. So the starter is not going to be my most precious character. Okay, so I'm not going to give this Kenshi a lot of gear. I'm going to give him something, I don't know, not that powerful. Let me see, what do I have here? Let me select something not powerful. I'm going to give him this one because it gives resistance to poison and bleed, even though it gives recovery. Recovery is not that great, guys, but we're going to get to that later. I'm going to give him Draconic Shield for additional health boost. That's good for a starter. For Demolition Sonya is going to be one of my main damage dealers. So I'm going to give her again something that not that strong, for example, Executioner Axe, and I'm going to make sure that I use her most of the cases against characters that are Spec Ops. And for Cassie is going to be my absolute main damage dealer, so I'm going to give her some good gear. Rat Hammer, because once you give her Rat Hammer, she's going to start with 2 bars of power. I also am going to give her Shao Kahn's helmet, and I'm going to give her Bloody Voodoo. Those 3 items are pretty nice on her. Once again, in order to make sure that teamwork works, I'm not going to equip any items that reduces the power cost of Special 2. I want it to be expensive. Okay, so we're going to start the battle. And now how this battle is going to go. What I'm going to do in the beginning is, if Hanzo Hasashi has a lot of power, I will try to power drain him, and then I'm going to tag in my Cassie, and I will follow by Special 2. The reason for that is that I want this power to be distributed in my other characters, so that they can get, oh my god, I'm blind, so that they can get to another Special 2 very fast. Okay, this guy is already dead. This is thanks to our great talents. You see, Sonya is already at Special 2, guys. Another Special 2, and Melina is almost dead. She actually broke our block. It's okay though, because I'm doing special to Kenshi. I'll kill her, then probably she's going to kill my Kenshi now. Oh, she couldn't. She couldn't even do that. That's fine. And she has block breaker. Yeah, a lot of people are using block breakers, but it is okay. So what we did in this battle. Oh my god, that's so much damage.
From the
So
page of Cave.
you see how easy it is if you use teamwork properly to get to another special tool. All you need.
Impressive.
All you need is Bowel's Kenshi and the Radhammer so that you can get started. From there on, you are on autopilot. It is that easy. So, once again, I missed to mention something in addition, guys. It is very useful to equip your characters with block breaking gear. In our case, we had Cassie, so that we have the block breaker on our characters, right? So we don't have to give them block breaking gear because of Cassie's passive. But in other cases, you won't have it. So, team number 2. Those guys are 3 strangers. They have nothing in common. So what I'm going to do, and again, I cannot really get to special 2 that easy. I'm going to give some gear to Raiden. I don't really care. He's not going to be my main damage dealer. Now, Kintaro. Kintaro, what should I give you? Okay, I'm going to give him this, and again this. And Jax is going to be my main damage dealer in this team, even though he is not maxed. What I'm going to give him is Radhammer, this. What else? Okay, let's see. The Living Dead. It doesn't really matter, but I'm equipping better gear right now because... Okay, let's give him the Bloodsucker. It matters not really. I mean, just for power generation. I'm giving better gear because if you're playing this team, you have to make sure that one of your characters can start with at least 2 bars of power. So, in other words, at least one of your characters should have special 2 ready in the beginning of the battle. And since we have Jade, that's a very nice example of how you can deal with her. What I'm going to do, I will try to spam special 2 of 2 of my characters, and meanwhile I will get to X-Ray on my 3rd character. So this is going to be the way how I'm going to deal with Jade. Or I'm going to let this Kitana power drain me. Please do it. Please do it. Come on. Power drain me. Thank you. Now, special 2 immediately. Special 2 of Jax is pretty awesome, guys. Alright. Remember, we are going to have X-Ray on our Raiden. So, I'm going to kill this girl. So, I'm going to use special 2 of Kintaro. So, even if she blocks it, even if she dodges it, that's okay because my Raiden has, or almost has, X-Ray. I'm going to tag him in. He's going to be extremely close to X-Ray, you see? And this is thanks to my amazing teamwork, guys. You can see teamwork is such an amazing talent. You can use it for literally anything. Okay, special 2 for this guy. And I got it for free thanks to my Edenia Champions talent. I'm going to finish him off using... Oh my god, I misclicked. It matters not. He goes down. So, don't tell me that Classic Jax is a bad character, because he's not. I mean, definitely I admit there are better diamonds out there. However, you can put him in such a team and he can destroy anybody. He has unblockable special 2 and he has unblockable special 1. That's all you need, guys, to make a character work. And of course, teamwork. And since I have all of those 3 things, you see, we won the match easily, even though we had Jade in the enemy team. And as you know, none of these 3 characters is great against Jade. Okay, so the 3rd battle is going to be a battle which has 2 supports that give power generation, bar of power, and a 3rd character who is a dual class. And our 3rd character is actually Treacherous Tanya. So we are going to do exactly the same. Okay, let's give her this, I don't really care. We are going to do exactly the same thing. Morpho Kitana gets the Devastator because she is our starter, and she gets the Drachmin Mask, I don't really care. And let's give Shaolin Kung Jin, let's give him something for power, Bloody Tomahawk. So, now, 2 of our characters will start with a lot of power, and our Tanya is going to start with X-Ray. Now, just take my advice, guys. Oh, this is kind of bad because we might be in trouble if we decide to tag out because the enemy has Johnny Cage. Anyways, so take my advice, you shouldn't really do X-ray anytime when you have the opportunity, because of one reason. If the enemy has Centaurian defense, you can get in a lot of trouble because of that. So use it only as a last resort. Oh my god, I got stunned here. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Okay, I'm going to use my X-ray now, because I'm going to cripple them. But the thing is, use it only as a last resort, because if the enemy has Centaurian defense, you are going to deal 0 damage to him, and you are going to commit suicide, and nobody wants this. And you can see, our Kunjin has another X-ray, so we can change this forever. As long as we don't get killed, right? Okay, so I'm going to do another X-ray, so you can see, you see, 2 of my other characters got a bar of power, just right off the bat. Once again, guys, teamwork is the key to victory. If you have teamwork, I showed you 3 team compositions that can easily deal with any obstacles. I mean, there is no way that you can possibly lose using those talents. And you can see my Kitana has an X-ray now. I'm going to use Special 2 because it has amazing minigame. It's okay though, I mean, this Ermac is going to die now. She's going to feed some power to the remaining part of my team. Alright, and this Ermac goes down. So, in a nutshell, guys, this is the ultimate talent set for beginners, all revolving on Special 2. As you can see, I played 3 teams, and I totally asserted dominance. All you have to do is get the talent set, use teamwork talent, and assemble the correct team. Those 3 steps, once you achieve them, you're going to elevate your MK Mobile game, and there is no way that you can ever lose. Okay guys, I really hope this video was useful for you. Stay tuned, because soon I'm going to release same type of video, however focused on Special 1 talents, or in other words, how to be successful in MK Mobile using Special 1 most of the cases. Until then, see you next time, guys. Take care and stay safe.
Perfect.